Live, this is South Florida Today on NBC6 HD.
Welcome back, everyone. We love to talk about groups that work to make an impact in South Florida. For 70 years, the United Way of Broward County has been working to improve our community. And this Friday, they're hosting a great food and wine event. And here to tell us more are Jennifer Anderson from United Way, and we also have John Eldridge from Premiere Beverage. Well, welcome.
Thanks.
Thanks, Nathalie.
Wonderful to have you here. Jennifer, why don't you first tell us a little bit about United Way?
Sure. United Way is a wonderful charity. We've been here in Broward for 70 years. We raise more money than any other nonprofit in Broward to go towards issues of health and human service. What that means is hunger, financial stability, health issues for children and seniors. We're really focused on making sure that poor families have the money that they need to take care of their families and to be independent and thrive. We do a lot of work to make sure that people are healthy and that they're making good decisions, and we really want to make sure our kids are ready to learn in school and that they're thriving and inspired, and that they'll be great citizens to take care of us when we can't take care of ourselves.
And now a portion of the proceeds raised at this Friday's event will go towards United Way. Okay, so John, why don't you tell us about the event going on Friday?
Well, it's going to be a lovely selection of close to 200 different wines from around the world. Also some of the finest dining establishments in Broward County. For some lucky folks, I believe the tickets are already sold out for this, but a little VIP champagne
VIP
reception.
ones are sold out, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So those who have those lucky tickets will have a great time with that. Last year we had an amazing
And for us regular
turnout.
folks that won't have the VIP tickets, what can we expect?
Well, it's going to be some beautiful cooking demos from some local chefs, as well as local restaurants, with some of our wine specialist team from Premiere Beverage pouring wines and educating the folks attending about the wines that are being poured.
Wonderful.
And sharing the wines with the food.
Okay.
It's a great event. You know, it's reasonable. It's $60 a person, so it's a wonderful way to show your love of your spouse or your significant other, and a great way to show your love of the community.
Maybe even an early Valentine's Day gift or something like that. Okay, and John, so they'll be able to taste, like you said, from 200 Premiere wines?
Yes.
Okay, and you brought some samples for us here today?
Yes, we brought a couple of wines today. We brought a red and a white. We brought a nice Zinfandel from Mendocino from Sanctuary's Mariah Vineyard. And we also brought some Chardonnay from Santa Barbara, from Jackson Hills. So we wanted to do a quick little demonstration of how to taste wine as opposed to just drinking it.
Okay.
So there's a sequential way in evaluating a wine. When you have so many wines at an event, you don't want to be consuming 200 glasses of wine. So we recommend a nice little sequence of sensory evaluation.
Okay.
The first of which was we take a look at the glass and we take note of the color, the viscosity. If you turn the wine in the glass and you look at the outside, you'll see little tears dripping down.
Yes.
That's an indication of the alcohol. And the brightness and the clarity.
So do we want to see more tears or less tears? Well, I guess it depends,
Depends on the varietal, depends on the wine.
Okay.
Then from sight, we move on to our sense of smell, or olfactory sense. So we like to take the glass and give it a little bit of spin.
And what does that do?
Well, there's little particles within the wine that are suspended in the evaporating alcohol, which we call little esters. So there's actually little physical particles that we stir up and excite so that we can intensify the aromas of the wine.
Okay.
So we give our wine a little spin here, and then we give it a nice smell. And we want to make sure the wine is clean, make sure the wine doesn't have any flaws. And from the olfactory or sense of smell, we want to pick out some fruit aromas, some non-fruit aromas, and then we can move on to the taste. So we want to give the wine a nice little spin again, and then take a little sip.
And what do? You're kind of...
I'm taking a small sip and then drawing some air in my mouth, which is going to intensify the effect on the palate.
Well, John, thanks for that little lesson.
You're very
and
welcome.
Thank you, Jennifer, for being
thanks for
here.
having us.
Again, you can attend the Red and White event this Friday, February 11th at the Hyatt Regency in Fort Lauderdale. For more information, visit UnitedWayBroward.org and make sure to go and buy those tickets quickly. VIP is already sold out, but you can still get your hands on those $60 tickets, which will just make for a wonderful event as well. All right, Roxy, over to you.